Stand by and let's rush traffic. Attention all listening stations. Through the years, the Cape Girardeau 911 Division has honored our local first responders and military personnel. Today we want to recognize the courage and sacrifice that each of you make every day. September 11, 2021 marks the 20th anniversary of the deadly attacks on Americans. Over the next few hours, please take a moment of silence and remember what you were doing, and remember the lives of the civilians, police officers, firefighters, and the emergency medical technicians that lost their lives and showed true heroism as they received the calls for help. At 8:46 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the first airplane, American Airlines Flight 11, struck the World Trade Center North Tower in New York, killing the 87 personnel on board. End of broadcast. Stand by and let's rush traffic. Attention all listening stations. At 9:03 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the second airplane, United Airlines Flight 175, struck the World Trade Center South Tower in New York, killing 60 personnel on board. End of broadcast. Stand by and let's rush traffic. Attention all listening stations. At 9:37 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the third airplane, American Airlines Flight 77, struck the Pentagon, killing 59 personnel on board and 125 civilians and military personnel at the Pentagon. End of broadcast. Stand by and let's rush traffic. Attention all listening stations. At 9:59 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the world would be forever changed as we watched in grief and silence as the World Trade Center South Tower fell, killing 614 civilians and 141 firemen. End of broadcast. Stand by and let's rush traffic. Attention all listening stations. At 10:03 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the fourth airplane, United Flight 93, crashed in a field in rural Pennsylvania, never reaching its intended target. Its crew and passengers fought back, and this act of bravery probably saved the lives of many. However, all 40 personnel on board perished. End of broadcast. Stand by and let's rush traffic. Attention all listening stations. Delayed broadcast. At 10:28 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the world watched as the North Tower fell, killing 1,402 civilians and 202 firemen. Of the 2,977 victims that lost their lives on September 11, 2001, 411 were emergency workers that responded to the calls. 343 were New York firefighters, 37 police officers from the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey, 23 New York City police officers, and 8 emergency medical technicians and paramedics. Since this tragic event, 2,000 responders and ground zero workers have died due to illness they contracted as the result of their heroic efforts to save lives. On that day, many calls were placed to 911 from people concerned about their loved ones or from victims trapped in the rubble. In some cases, the voice of the 911 operator was the last voice they heard. At this time, the Cape Girardeau 911 Communications Divisions would like to thank all the police officers, firefighters, EMTs, and military personnel that put their lives on the line each and every day. Please remember all the families that lost loved ones. They may be gone, but they will never be forgotten. God bless and protect our American military personnel anywhere in the world they may be, our police officers, firefighters, and emergency medical personnel. And God bless this great country we call our home, the United States of America. KEC 586.